Hello, welcome to this review of Target Earth for the Sega Genesis. Now, this is a really cool game that was quite ahead of its time. It's not a very well-known or popular game, mostly because of its reputation of being very difficult, which is unfortunate since it really is very underrated and probably one of the best early games on the Genesis system. And now in a few moments you're going to see a very awesome cinematic intro that really blew my mind when I first saw it back in, I think it was 1990 when this game came out. So if you're a fan of Gundam or Macross, this game is obviously for you. The theme is quite familiar. Evil invaders and their giant spaceships and mech are trying to attack the Earth, and it's up to you to save humanity. So I'm just gonna start the game here. So, one of the unique things about this game is the ability to choose different weapons for your robot or mech. So your mech can't really transform, but it does have a very huge arsenal of weapons. And there's quite a few weapons. There's machine guns, missiles, spread guns, lasers. Later on you get a really cool rocket pack that lets you fly for short distances. So as you can see, the game plays a bit like a traditional side-scrolling shooter. But the difference here is that the game is open-ended, so you can go forwards, backwards, and later on even up and down and in all directions. So you can see here the enemies are the green guys, and your allies are the little brown guys. So having both enemies and allies on the same stage really adds an element to this game of making you feel like you're in a real space battle. As you can see, the allies are trying to help you out. Now I just want to mention the trick to beating this game is actually knowing that your shields would recharge as time goes by. So whenever you get into trouble, just hang back and wait for your shields to recharge, like what I'm doing here. So the key is just to be patient. And you can beat this game quite, well, I wouldn't say easy, but not without too much difficulty. So you can see that the game will give you a score after each mission, and depending on how well you did, you will be rewarded with better weapons. So now, just to show you a little bit more of the other levels. So I think the most innovative part of this game is the reward system. It really makes this game replayable because you can just try the missions several times, trying to improve your performance. I mean, if you get better weapons, it makes the later levels much easier. I would say the graphics of this game are are a bit simplistic, but they work. They're quite effective. I rather like the designs for the enemy robots and spaceships. If there is a weakness to this game, I would say it is the music, which can be a little bit repetitive, and there isn't too many of them. But a few of the themes are quite catchy, especially the ending theme. As you can see here, the rocket pack is really helpful. And some of these later stages can get quite intense. So I think this game is really quite impressive in many ways. In terms of graphics, story, dialogue, it really isn't any other game that you can compare it to. I need to mention that there is a sequel to this game called Cybernator on the Super Nintendo, and in fact it is probably one of the best games on that system. Even though they're quite similar, I would say that Target Earth has a more epic or space opera kind of feel to it. But they're both very excellent games. So, I would say if you're looking for a good space battle shooter game or whatever, it's really hard to classify this game because it really is very unique and there's really nothing else like it. You should check out Target Earth. Believe me, it's worth it to play the whole thing through and just to see the ending, because the ending is really one of the best you'll ever see in a video game. So I will just wrap up the review here and hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.